a hop on, hop off bus tour of Stockholm. Hopefully we don't get lost, we'll see.
Just don't get off the bus.
Let's just stay on the bus, she says. The bus is safety. In this episode, my mother and I are once again wandering the streets of Stockholm, never truly knowing where the hell we are. Good thing you can be lost and still have a good time, though. We did manage to make our way to Skansen and the Vasa Museum while picking up some tasty bites along the way, though. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get lost in Stockholm together. The best way to kick off a day in Stockholm is actually to book a hotel that includes a smorgasbord-style breakfast. We stayed at the Hotel Riesen in Old Town Stockholm, and they have an incredible breakfast included in the stay. This is not like a motel in the US saying they have continental breakfast and you have to cook your own waffle. No, think incredible spread of high-quality Swedish foods like salmon lox, bakery fresh breads, and hot breakfast items like potatoes, eggs, and sausage. It's incredible and an absolute must to enjoy when staying in Stockholm. They have all of these little juice shots. Oh, they're so good. So good.
And with our tummies full of Swedish delights, we threw on our jackets and headed just outside the hotel to start our hop-on, hop-off bus adventure in Stockholm.
Okay, we're getting ready to start our hop-on, hop-off bus tour. It's pretty cold and we just didn't want to walk around in the cold, so we bought tickets for it. Pretty excited. It goes pretty much everywhere in the city, and it wasn't expensive. I think it was like about $60 US or less for us to do it here. Yeah, so.
And our cab ride was higher than that.
No, it was 47.
Oh.
Oh well. What are we doing?
We're staying on the bus the entire route so that we can scope it out.
Yeah.
See what we want to get off on. And then, oh look, that's the other hotel I was looking at before.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I like where we were though, but we're staying on, we're gonna do a whole scope out of the whole city.
Destination.
I have no idea what I bought. I bought what they QR coded me for. But here it is. We're on the green one. It's like northbound. We're gonna try and follow around on the map. We're at Skansen right now, and we're trying to figure out where the actual like museum part is. Got the map situation going. Maybe it's just, maybe all of it isn't. Literally came in here. To be continued. Okay, so we talked to the guide, and he suggested the Baltic Sea Center. And then, like, I think there's like a main town square if you go up. Through the escalators and stuff. We're excited though. Fun. You ready? This escalator has mad Epcot vibes right now because it's like, look at all the science. It even smells like Epcot. Yeah, it smells like. It smells like Disney World because it smells like hydraulic fluid.
Okay, once we were up the super fancy escalator, we were officially in the outdoor interactive museum part of Skansen, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We didn't even mind that it was cold outside because wandering around this picturesque village was just lovely. According to the Skansen website, this is actually the oldest open-air museum in the world. Since 1891, Skansen has been showcasing ways of life from across Sweden. Skansen is not something to miss when visiting Stockholm.
Typical shop here in Skansen. I've got some form of like pretzel. Is it savory or sweet? Huh?
That's good. Is it fennel?
It's
Parmesan? Okay. The mad saucer situation though. I definitely almost broke one of those. We've hit the jackpot. We found the food. They've got like traditional Swedish fare around here. Although I feel like we've already had quite a bit of traditional Swedish fare. But let's go get something savory. Wild Man Deli. What is it? Oh, it looks good. Let's get it. The solid. I don't know what I ordered and I don't know if it's meat or not, but I'll still try it because I ordered it. It says it's got taste of the wild chips on it, which that's jerky. Okay. Mama Lane might be eating the majority of this. I'll probably be hitting the potatoes and rye bread here because it's covered in, I think, jerky and mayonnaise. It's interesting. You like it? It's good now. I don't know. She tasted the stuff in the bag and it was not her thing.
Well, it said protein. That's all it said.
It's protein. Also, the grass on the roofs. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. More pretty stuff. Food was pretty good. Gotta love a good game of is that meat I ordered? Somewhere around here there's like Nordic animals. I don't know. This is way bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, does that actually keep it buried there?
I doubt that. I don't know. I'm gonna go with a solid. I don't know if that's actually a cemetery or not. I mean, it looks like an actual church, so maybe. Okay. Pretty fall colors. Okay, we are heading for the exit. We decided to go ahead and skip the animals because, yeah, we can see animals back home. We're gonna try and head over to the Vasa Museum after this. But isn't it gorgeous? Look at this, the like tower thing. Dang. Okay, now we are at the Vasa Museum because my mom has literally wanted to see the shipwreck her whole life. This is Rick Steves. Rick Steves apparently showed her it and she has wanted. Wow. That's impressive. Okay. What do you think of it, Mom?
It is amazing. Fully intact.
Yay. I'm curious, so is it like out of the water? Whoa. I mean, that is huge. Oh my God. So what's the story with it? Didn't it sink on its maiden voyage?
Yes, as they launched it, it sank. Didn't make it out to sea. It sank, and because the water is so brackish, I think it was this well preserved, and they found it and restored it piece by piece.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
The Vasa Museum really is something you have to see to believe when you visit Stockholm. As Mama Lane said, the ship sunk during its maiden voyage in 1628, and I grew up seeing it because Rick Steves suggested it in his European travel show he used to have on PBS. It is shocking to see how massive the ship is, and the museum around it is so well put together. There's a cool past and present vibe throughout the museum where some exhibits talk about historical context and life in the 1600s, and others that talk about cutting-edge science used to preserve the ship and how it was raised from the seabed. We spent hours here walking through the incredible exhibits and just taking it all in.
Okay, this is what it originally looked like, and according to the guide, the warship Vasa capsized and sank on its maiden voyage in Stockholm on 10 August 1628 after 333 years, that's 333, on the seabed. The mighty ship was salvaged and its voyage continued. Today, Vasa is the world's best preserved 17th century ship, magnificently adorned with hundreds of carved sculptures, and it's 98% original. It's got a whole diagram of how it ended up capsizing. It says it's warped along the quays of the old town. She was sailing into a light breeze. After a few hundred meters, the Vasa heels for a squall, but rights herself again. After another squall, she begins to tilt heavily and take on water through the gun ports, and then she eventually just sank. They've got the little Swedish people in dismay at it sinking. The Vasa was carrying 120 tons of stones as a ballast. This was not enough to enable the vessel to cope even with a light squall.
After we got our fill of science and history for the day, we set out once again on the hop-on, hop-off bus and headed to McDonald's near Old Town to see what it was like in Sweden. In case you're wondering, McDonald's is cheaper in Sweden and they offer stuff like the McVegan. I don't know when the United States McDonald's will finally catch up to their European counterparts. I only eat McDonald's when I'm outside the US because I know it's going to be 10 times better. And that's a wrap on our last day in Stockholm. We hopped back on the hop-on, hop-off bus and headed to our hotel. If you're visiting Stockholm, I absolutely recommend buying a ticket for the hop-on, hop-off bus and just taking in the city that way. Fruit Salad Social is now a Viator partner, and we actually have a Viator shop now. I have added links to 2 different hop-on, hop-off bus tour options in our Viator shop. The 2 companies that are listed run the exact same route and get into pricing wars with each other. I recommend just booking whichever one is cheaper at the moment. Links to both of these options are in the video description as well as in our Viator shop. I also have added links to tours for both Skansen and the Vasa Museum. I actually wish we had booked tour guides when visiting both of these spots because we would have gotten much more out of them if we had. Especially with Skansen, having a good tour guide to take you around would be amazing. I do want to be upfront though and say that in our experience, we just bought tickets for these museums. We did not actually go on these Viator tours that I have listed. However, if I went a second time, I would absolutely book these tours. Check out the video description to find all of these links and our Viator shop to find even more fun experiences that we have found in Stockholm. I have also added links to where you can buy tickets to just the museums with no tour if you want a more budget-friendly option like what we did in this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Fruit Salad Social YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for more travel content.